Republican strategist John Burnett and Nomiki Konst, a Democratic strategist. All right, I feel like, John, I need you to tell me what is the state of the Trump campaign at this point as we await this economic speech later today.
I think Trump is definitely going to outline his tax policy that's definitely linked to certain industries that can unlock jobs. You know, this election really is going to boil down to jobs, economic growth, and what trickles down to the everyday person.
And it's going to be, he is going to have to spell out just exactly what he's going to do, Nomiki, to solve this country's problem that is weak growth, stagnant growth in some cases, and a very weak jobs market.
And deal with income inequality. And I think that that's a big challenge for him, especially after he has his advisors are very unusual advisors for the pick. There are no
unusual.
There are very few economists. There are people who are skeptical of the Federal Reserve. A lot of hedge fund managers and developers. Very few people who are experts on the economy who've worked with government before. So I think, you know, if these are the people advising him, he's got a long way to go. And even Republicans are skeptical of this. So it's not just us on the Democratic side.
Harlan, you're oddly quiet on this one.
He's trying to be a gentleman.
I'm trying to be nice.
6:07 in the morning.
Look, I want to see him wrap everything that he's been talking about in this election, from immigration to national security, in their economic consequences. Because you were talking about the airline story a moment ago, and the reason that airlines are hurting is in part because there's reduced travel to Europe, because people are concerned about international terrorism. And so their immigration has economic consequences as well, because you have cheap labor coming into this country and driving down wages. And so there are economic consequences to everything he's talking about, and I'd love to hear him wrap that narrative.
All right, so that's happening later today, and we want to talk about ad spending, John. Get you in on this. According to Kantar Media, Hillary Clinton is spending at least $5.5 million on ads during the Olympics. Donald Trump's campaign, zero, goose egg as far as spending there. Nomiki, I want to bring you in. Will these ads blunt any progress that he makes from this speech that's coming up today?
I think that she has a tough time reintroducing herself to America after she has been hit hard in her own primary. I mean, the Democrats have attacked her from the left, and now she's being attacked on the right. So I think she needs these ads to reintroduce herself to America. This is somebody we're all very familiar with. Everybody has their own opinions about her, and she has a lot of work to do, whereas Donald Trump has been everywhere, all election cycles, dominating the press every 5 seconds. He doesn't need ads because the media is one giant ad for him.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Look, he hasn't spent virtually nothing the entire campaign. When you look at all the free media that he's received, it adds up to about $1 billion. So why does he need to spend anything? And
they are crafting ads, though. They are crafting ads, and they know that they need to use that. He's got $74 million in cash at the end of July, and they will be spending it because when he has put his foot in his mouth, they've really needed those ads to offset what he's not saying on his own.
Sure,
and they didn't have them.
He'll spend a little, but when you look at what he did in the primary, he beat 16 people. TV virtually
with
spending
Instagram
a little bit. Now he's going against
TV does not win elections. It doesn't. He needs to be focusing on field, and he needs to focus on GOTV. And if he's focusing on anything else, I'm going to be really concerned.
Here's what he needs to focus on today. Number one, regulations. Wall Street Journal points out over the weekend, President Obama just signed his 600th major rule. Additional regulations at a cost of at least $100 million annually. That's how a major rule imposes cost. That is a record for any president. 600 regulations. Wall Street Journal broke it down. 81 big ones a year, or roughly one every 3 days that the government has been open. Hit them on regulations because Hillary Clinton wants even more regulations than President Obama. She wants more. She's tougher. She's more liberal on trade. She's more liberal on taxes. She's more liberal on health care, regulations, spending, and energy.
On paper. But in reality,
she hasn't pivoted. She has not moved an inch toward the center. Not one inch.
We were talking about that
last week. She said she wants to tax the middle class.
But there's about $1 to $3 trillion overseas. So Trump's tax plan will help get that $1 to $3 trillion back onshore to make, to allow corporations to pay out special cash dividends that help IRA accounts.
All right, well, he's going to detail that probably in his speech today.
Absolutely.
That's going to be happening around noon Eastern time. So he's a lot of work cut out for him because this latest polling, ABC News poll out over the weekend, Clinton with an 8-point lead, 50 to 42.
I'll just add one thing. Every pollster I've talked to said do not look at these polls until Labor Day, that they don't matter.
All right, we got to leave it there. John Burnett and Nomiki Konst, good to see you.
Nice to see you in person.
Live in the flesh. Good to have you here.
Good
All
dress.
right.